job in reviews. I'm still blown away at all the support I'm getting, so thank you for watching. I've wanted to do this particular video for a while now. I just kept putting it off, and so I thought this was a great opportunity. So if you see in front of you, we have the Millenium Falcon. Now this is a Lego set I actually never thought I'd get. This was back in the day. So again, a little backstory. I know you can tell by now I collect Funko. Before I collected Funko, I bought Lego sets, mainly for the figurines. And I started realizing how expensive it is. Now, I'm not saying Funko is not expensive, but I then kind of went to Funko instead, because then I'm not having to worry about sets. And other than architecture sets, I have, I think, 3 architecture sets. Big Ben, the Leaning Tower, and Trevi Fountain. Other than those, I've only actually kept 3 sets and very few minifigures. So the 3 sets I kept were the 2 Simpsons ones, which I've done previously, and this Millenium Falcon. And I sold a bunch of the minifigures. I did keep a few in here, and so I'll show you what those are. But because there's been so many, I thought it would be helpful to say. So this is the Star Wars The Force Awakens Millenium Falcon that the Lego did. The code for it is 75105. So 1,329 pieces. It was a fun build. And you get a few Lego minifigures, including Han, Chewie, Finn, Rey, and BB-8. And so I really enjoyed the build for it. But I thought, you know what? I know you're probably tired of me saying that what I show on my reviews is amazing. So I'm actually not a huge fan of this Lego set. I did keep it because it is still the Millenium Falcon. Like, let's be honest, it's awesome. But I'm not actually a fan of the build itself, so I'm going to walk you through why that is. And so first, I'll give you the 360 tour. It actually does have feet underneath it, which I obviously for the replica. I actually take the feet off if I move, though, because I usually pad this with clothes. I find is the best for Lego, because it's so secure that even if they get bumped a little bit, there's not too much damage. I do apologize. It's very dusty. I don't know if the HD camera picks that up. I think my favorite part of it is actually this. It's a plastics, kind of like a spring, a twisted wire, but it's that look of the, I don't know what the right word is, the hyperdrive. Is that Star Trek, Star Wars? I'm not cool enough to know all the right terminology, but there you can see the outside. Like, there's nothing wrong with how it looks. It's actually the build itself. And so this Millenium Falcon, the neat thing it does a couple of cool things. The one thing I did want to show is all of the pieces here. So it actually does shoot at the front. So if you push down inside these holes, it does shoot its pieces out. So that's fun. It does shoot those out. There's one on each side. One of the cool things that should work well is that, and I'm going to open it first and then I'll show. So each of these pieces, they're like, show what those pieces look like. They all lift up. And so I'm going to open them all up, and then what I'll do is I'll show the camera view on the inside. You'll have to forgive me if there's any Lego fanatics. It might be a bit of a mess on the inside because, as I say, I did move in the summer and haven't really taken the time to open it up. And there is at least one, I think just one, but at least one non-Star Wars character in there. And then here, if you see on the front, this opens. And so I'll do this first. Let me get the camera there. Yes, that is Benny from the Lego Star Wars movie. He is having a conference with Chewbacca, BB-8, and Rey. And so there you get the inside view. The side pieces, the 2 on the side, they don't move, but everything else does lift up, and you can kind of see inside. Sorry, the camera's adjusting its focus, but I'm going to leave the camera right there as I talk about it. So, again, I mean, looks-wise, it is great. I actually got this on sale, but even not on sale, I mean, it's still expensive, but compared with the other Millenium Falcons, like the ones that are many more pieces too, it's more reasonable. And so that's... Oh, the reason I actually got it was because it was on sale. I had no intention of getting this one, but then I happened to find it on sale, and so I got it. Now, the problem I have with this particular set, and I'll actually go back to the wider look, is it's a little flimsy, so I'll try and get a good explanation for this. So this is one of the pieces here that they attach all around the outside. And you would think from this, I'm talking about flimsy, you'd think I'm talking about where the clasps connect there. It's actually not that. It's these pieces on the side. And I think the reason it's like that is because where they clip onto is not exactly sturdy. And so here, it actually clips on to this here. It actually clips on there, and then it doesn't actually, and then it connects here. So there's no actual connection piece here. And not only is that problematic, but what I have found is that these pieces, because they're so thick and they're so heavy, the slightest motion seems to pull them off. Especially the ones on the end here. So this one and the one over here. And I've noticed this a few times. This has come off. And the frustrating thing with this set, because, like if you see here, because this is all connected to each other and not actually to the Millenium Falcon itself, I find when I try to reattach one, another comes loose. Now you might think I'm being too rough, but I guarantee you it's not because of that. It's just really flimsy. So I kind of wish it was a little sturdier, so that didn't happen. Because other than that, I mean, it is great. Other pieces have fallen off. Like these things do come apart quite easily, and a few times the cockpit has fallen off. And I know it's Lego, but and I don't know if anyone knows this. I don't know the year this happened, but Lego, they used to have it so that the pieces where the pegs would go in, they'd fit better. They would actually, I don't know if they'd actually click in, but there'd be a sturdier fit. And then Lego went to cheaper pieces, and so it still fits, but it's not nearly as sturdy. It's a lot easier to pull them off. And so, again, I like how the set looks, and I'm glad I have it. I just wish that, and I know what I'm getting. I'm getting the cheaper one, but I just wish the pieces were a bit sturdier. While I understand, and it is beautiful, I do understand the benefit of it opening like it does so you can see inside. I just wish the pieces had a sturdier fit. Again, to remind you if you're listening, is this piece here connects on one side behind Chewie here to this gray, and then see, even that little piece just came loose, and connects here. At no point I don't think any of the pieces that lift up like this actually touch the base here. Like, don't attach to it on any of the pieces. So if I was to see if I can do this, if I disconnect this from here, if you see here, so I did that perfectly. So I just removed this. You can see that on both sides it connects, but there is actually no connecting piece with the base, and I think that's a problem. I think had Lego had something, even if there was a way that they could have added another clasp here to hold it to there, in my opinion, it would have greatly improved the set in terms of longevity and durability. I mean, no one's going to go flying this around their house, but I think that, I don't know, it's just a way to cut corners. I mean, maybe they wanted it easier so people could take it apart and look inside, but I just think, like, if you were to say to me, oh, you can have this set, and all these top pieces are going to lift up, but they're going to be really secure, I wouldn't have had a problem with that, because I could still see inside and could still play with the minifigures if I should choose to do so. But it's not. I do like this piece. So this is like the ramp does come down, and so it does close up, but it also can lift up. I mean, all in all, it would depend what someone was asking me about this set. I think the look of it and the detail, considering it's right. I looked online; it's about a fifth of the cost of like the one that you get, and there's like giant boxes. I think, given that context, it's pretty good. I'd probably give it, on looks alone, and 9 out of 10. But I'm a stickler for these little air issues, and I think of a little more detail and thought process have been put in, especially since, as adults we still collect these things, but Legos really, I mean, the box says 9 to 14, it's going to fall apart. I think if a little more detail had been put in, so I think I'd only give this about a 6 out of 10, maybe 6.5, but I still keep it because, let's be honest, it's the Millenium Falcon. Anyway, I thought since we're here, I want to show off something Star Wars related. Now, this is Funko. I don't have a lot of Funko, but I want to tell a quick story. So this here, this is BB-8. This is actually the first Funko I ever bought. This BB-8 I bought about 2.5 years before I actually started collecting Funko. I really liked BB-8 in the movie, and so I wanted to have him, and so I bought him. I love, I know Star Wars, because it is Disney owned, does have the ability to have bobbleheads. But I do wish on one hand that BB-8's head could have the ability to move around a little bit more, which I think Funko could have done. But I do love how playful the bobble does seem on this. And so that's one of them. I don't have a lot of Star Wars Funko, but that's one. And the other one, also BB-8, is the Make-A-Wish Special Edition BB-8. I don't know. Make-A-Wish has a soft spot in my heart, so I wanted to have this, and so I did. And so I just thought, well, since we're on Star Wars, I might as well bring those two out. And so those are the two BB-8s, the original and the Make-A-Wish. And so how they're displayed in the man cave is I do have them with the Millennium Falcon because I don't have a lot of Star Wars. In one of my earliest videos, I showed the Galaxy's Edge Mace Windu lightsaber, and so I do want to eventually obtain the Mace Windu Funko, and then I would maybe put it somewhere near the lightsaber, but I would love to get more one day, but this is where I'm at so far. And so, again, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for the likes, the comments, the subscriptions. Keep it all up, and I'll keep doing these reviews, and if there's anything you want to see in particular, just let me know, and I'll see what I can do. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.